Well, good luck to you, kid. Oh, one more thing. What did the grape say when he got run over by the car? Nothing.
Oh, nothing. He just
He
gave
just gave a little
wine.
wine. Good luck with your search.
It's the second house on the right here. No, wait, the third.
Don't you remember where it is? I thought you spent your whole childhood here.
Do you know what put us on top of the food chain? Do you know? And please don't say opposable thumbs. Plenty of animals have those. Possums, koalas, something called the waxy monkey leaf frog. They're nothing special. Forget about thumbs, okay? Memory is what put us here. So many of our dreams are set in the places where we used to live. We want to see them, visit them again. There should be a rule, a kind of social convention. The old apartment rule. Now it works like this. We can show up any place we used to live and simply explain, oh, I used to live here. There's nothing strange about it. The people who live there just throw open their doors and invite us in to have a look around. So we can go back home again. So we can be whole. Hey, are you keeping an eye out? Oh dear. I didn't mean to put you to sleep with my talking. We're looking for Asper Street. At least it used to be called that. The problem is that a few years ago they rearranged all the letters of the street signs in this neighborhood. Very impractical. I didn't catch your name. I'm Hobbs. You don't remember. Well, they say sleep is the cousin of death. Well, you're lucky I happened to find you in that cornfield. Some of the places I'm asked to lecture at these days, dubious at best. Just a second. Let's find this Asper Street, please, before we begin our inquiries. Like I say, they might have rearranged the letters a bit.
I can't stop looking at the trees. I love the way the trees look. Find Asper Street. All the letters are blurry, game. Oh, it's in the car, isn't it? Right? It's something in the car. We'll just drive past one more sign to make sure of that. Spear Street. Okay, now I can... But it also would not surprise me in this game if Asper Street was like in this magazine or on this postcard. Spokane, Washington, where the Penny Arcade guys are from. Where's my raisins that I can take to get high in your car? You're much worse than the last guy, is my point. Reaps. Forest. School.
No, not that one. Asper Street, but Jumble. No, not that one. Ah, yes, that's it. Very good. So, we're on our way. Now, there was something you wanted to ask. Yes, then it's going to turn out that big surprise. I do know you.
Wait. Right, a game show hostess trapped in the radio will give you away. Okay.
A person trapped in the radio?
We've met.
Oh, yes. We've all met you along this highway.
This is
I
the
picked you
highway.
up because I could tell you're looking for something. Something you've lost.
Yes,
And we're all
Asper
looking
Street.
for something on this road. I've never met anyone who wasn't. My dog. Well, she's been missing for a long time now.
Maybe she's bored of
Oh,
you.
Yes. Vern said you were pretty funny. So, Vern mentioned this problem you have with a photo. Vern? Sure. Now, I know almost everybody on this road. Well, there's not many of us after all. Excellent raisins that guy Vern has. Did you try one? Sound philosophy, but most people do. Yeah, a more appealing lens to view the world through. So, okay, show me this photo.
That's interesting.
So, you're looking for her. What happened to her? Well,
I
a
lost her,
singed
probably.
photograph
Or
is
maybe-
never a good sign. I'm sorry, though. You don't remember anything?
I don't even remember what I said to the last guy, because it was like a month ago.
Well, I can help you with one part. Now, you two came by my house, yes? See, that's my silo. There in the background.
In the background of what?
Well, there was some kind of an argument. I invited you two in and put the kettle on the stove. You never wound up making it through the front door. She suddenly had to take a call. You got impatient.
Yeah, this argument sounds pretty lame.
Well, I got the feeling there was something more behind it. But, who knows? Relationships between adult humans are not my strong suit.
She knows I hate phones. I'm one of those guys. Can't we just put down our phones?
If you want to know what happened to her, why don't you just ask her yourself? You haven't asked me yet where we're headed.
Asper Street.
The Warehouse of Lost Things. Impressed? Okay. It's this warehouse that contains everything you've ever lost in your life. You can find anything there, even feelings, but you only get 15 minutes to look.
I don't have feelings. Why is that not an option?
It really threw me the last time I was there. I got distracted by some mittens. Yeah, I had as a kid. Left them at a bus stop sometime in the mid-60s. After that, my parents bought those things that clip your mittens to your coat so it wouldn't happen again.
Oh god, let me out of the car. I'm in here with a fucking mitten pinner. I hate you. Bring back Vern!
Well, why not? Shamanic tribes of the Amazon believe that in order to heal, you have to journey into the other world, find the thing you've lost among the spirits, and bring it back. Now, and to think about all the things we misplace. Atlantis, huh? And we lost an entire city once. Why shouldn't we get a second chance just to go back and retrieve some of the things we've left behind?
I don't like this. Yeah.
Now, if I
we're
remember
getting there.
correctly, it's only about another 20 minutes from here.
Do I just have to wait it out? Am I supposed to be able to read the text on here because I can't seem to zoom in. Seattle woman dies in crash, power outage. New judge. Classifieds. Farming and business. Save the whales and save the dolphins. You were gonna vote for Mondale, huh? Is that the guy who... Walter Fritz Mondale was an American lawyer and politician who served as the 42nd Vice President to Jimmy Carter. Senator from Minnesota, Democratic nominee, 1984, lost to Reagan. For some reason I thought Walter Mondale was like a Green Party, an old Green Party, you know, environmental type guy. Alright, let's talk.
Peculiar.
Did I do that, or is that just...
It's nothing. Just wondering about this green light. Are you one of these people who's good with cars? I was hoping you might know. I never saw it before until you got into the car. What? Us? Stop here? No, I think we'll wait to find a mechanic someplace. Perhaps that part-time quiz show hostess. Ah, the green light. The epic sense of man's urgency. The future that keeps receding from us. Yes, I suppose you've read The Great Gatsby, too. It's probably nothing major, just a reminder to get something checked. But what do I know? I'm not the technical sort. Oh, we could ask Lola. Well, she's very good with these things. Probably not, young man. Lola's a kind of oracle. Now, she's given me lots of good advice, right from where you're sitting. Besides, more to the point, I'd like to check with her about directions, just to make sure we're pointed the right way. See if you can find her here.
I didn't notice whether I remember one of the street signs was named school. Are they all like memory related things? Like school, church, First Kiss Street. She's hiding in this car.
She's quite small, you see. A toy bear. Now, I found her at the World's Fair in Barcelona, 1929, at an exhibition about alchemy. Lola Montez. Well, she's somewhere in this car now. Feel free to rummage around as much as you need.
Find the bear, Lola Montez. The bear?
What have you got there? Interesting. Looks familiar.
I gotta use it to open the box.
There she is. Ah, Lola. Put her on the glove box lid, my boy. That's where she likes to speak. Yes, sometimes directly, sometimes in a more of a roundabout way. Lola, dearest, now I'm here with this young fellow here, and well, the warehouse. Now, it's left up here on Concord Avenue, right? She's not ready to talk yet. She's lonely, and she misses her friends.
Oh, her friend, the eaten apple. I'll get the friend. Just get this dialogue box out of my way, and I'll grab it post haste.
It's nothing personal. We're just not magical. Fellow memory objects. That's her preferred company. Trinkets like her, lost and found many times over the... year, imbued with the memories of everyone who's ever claimed them as their own. Get enough of them together, and things start to get interesting. The present moment peels back like wallpaper to reveal the past behind it and the future ahead. Her and her friends, yes. She's very good. She even remembers my dog's names. The one who's missing. Hops. Like me. Stupid idea, naming a dog after yourself. They constantly think they're being trained. Every time someone you know stops you in the street. Made her a little bit high-strung.
That is really stupid.
About 9 months.
It's a thing I should be able to say.
Well, no, I couldn't look for her these last months. I got a bit detained. Yes, it all started when I was buying some tube socks. I was on the escalator, trying to leave the mall. Do you ever have that thing where you buy something and you know it's the right thing, but you start worrying about it just as you're leaving? I was staring at the socks, wondering if they were the right length. Now, I knew they were, but I must have not been paying attention. Because suddenly, I slipped down that crack at the end of the escalator, right where you're supposed to step off.
And that's how you died. This is even stranger than the time.
Yes, exactly the thing kids are always worrying about, getting sucked down the escalator. Well, first quite quickly, and then very slowly. Before you know it, you're banging around in this chute, and then you land at the bowling green. That's what they call the entrance. That's a little area with some onboarding materials and that fake grass carpeting, so the landing isn't so rough. It's the most fantastic place. under the escalator. Just fast. Like falling out of bed and landing on the moon. Oh, no. There are other people there, but not much good for company. Everyone's just waiting to get out. Very poserish scene down there. Let me tell you. A lot of staged ennui. Oh, not much really. There's an old black and white TV that only gets a few channels. There are some old board games just lying around, but they're all missing pieces and instructions. There was one box that promised 8 games in one, but I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to play a single game. A couple of decks of cards, all incomplete. I must have dreamt 20 times that I found the 4 of clubs.
It's real good music.
Well, they open the escalator every year on January 1st. To clear everyone out. They used to do it more often, but then, well, yep, budget cuts. I fell in the beginning of April, one of the last cold weekends of the year. Really tough thing to get your head around, being trapped in there almost a whole calendar year. Pretty much the only thing that passes for excitement there is when somebody new drops in. Pretty quickly, you learn to tell the difference between the real people and the mannequins they drop down the chute. Sure. Well, that's how they keep everyone fed down there. They stuff mannequins full of food and supplies, put them on the escalator, and just let them slide down the chute. Well, that's a big moment when they drop the mannequins down. Really breaks up the monotony. Everyone rushes over to tear the mannequin apart to get their hands on the food inside. Oh, indeed. But I guess it's the easiest way to get the food to slip down the crack. One time, a real guy fell down the shaft and was mistaken for a mannequin. He was half torn to shreds before I pulled him out of there. Poor fella didn't look lifelike enough. Oh, yes, he was really quite beside himself. He gave me his pipe as a token of appreciation for saving him from the mob. I still keep it in my pocket.
Stop. Nice pipe.
Oh, look. Let's give it to her, please. Let's see if she's feeling more sociable. Lola, dear, are you feeling more chatty now? She says her tea party is still missing 2 guests. You see, we just need to find 2 more of her friends.
Hey Jack, having a great road trip would be a little easier if my boyfriend would drive. Haha, tell Mom. Be back in time for my birthday. I don't know, I don't seem to be able to hand any of these things.
Ah, of course. My audiobook about the Gulag makes perfect sense. Only one more object to find now. Oh, well, it's something I used to play for her in the car an awful lot. There was this one story she used to adore. The story? Well, it's about two guys. In a way, two guys like us who are side by side, both waiting for something to happen. Now, these two fellas were both prisoners in the Gulag. Do you know what the Gulag was? So, the Gulag. That was these forced labor camps where they used to send people in Russia, right? The thing is, the Gulags weren't closely guarded. It was pretty easy to escape. Because these camps were often the absolute middle of nowhere. You could escape, but then what would you do? Well, you'd starve to death.
That is funny.
So there was a trick. It was called the sandwich. Now, say you and I wanted to escape the Gulag. Two guys like us, friends. We recruit another guy, a third guy, to escape with us. Now,
We'd eat
preferably
him.
a nice, fat, buttery guy. The fat guy was called the sandwich because the idea is that the two buddies, us, we kill and eat the sandwich on the way home to survive. It's great, right? Maybe I didn't tell the story right.
Yo, what? Why does the
I think
bear
mainly just
like
because
the
of
story?
the setting. Siberia. Bears love stories about remote places. Well, I haven't told you the best part yet.
Cat, get down. Get down. Get
Well, there
down.
was one time these two guys escaped with a sandwich. But there was a problem. They finished the sandwich too soon. Didn't ration him out long enough. He was all gone. And they still had days to walk through the Siberian tundra. These guys were great friends, but they were also hardened criminals. And so they knew that whichever one of them fell asleep would be eaten by the other one. But the code of criminal friendship didn't allow them to acknowledge this. So they had to keep playing it, nonchalant, chatting about stuff, whatever people talked about back then, trudging through the snow. Who? Oh, those two convicts. Oh, no. One of them fell asleep and got eaten by the other. But it's their ability to keep face that I always think about. Their honor that couldn't admit any suspicion. I mean, you don't totally trust me, right? Well, I can see you looking out the corner of your eyes. You don't think I know where I'm going.
Turn the light off. How do you drive with that shit on?
Can I ask you an honest question? Okay, here goes. This girlfriend of yours, why is it so important for you to find her? I mean, okay, the burnt photo, damsel in distress, etc., etc. I get it. But if you can't remember anything about her...
We'll always have this.
See? This is Lola's influence. It's starting to work. You feel it, right?
All you have to do is find your way back to me. All you have to do is find your way back to me. Let's keep him as our pet.
You two didn't even mean to capture it. It just flew into the empty bottle. Well, For your sake, I hope so. I think you know. You're like me. The past is the only place left for us. When we were young, we thought the past could only tie us down. Everything we wanted, freedom, lay ahead on the open road. Well, that was yesterday, and this is today. Now the past is all you've got, and the future is full of pain. Well, when we get to the warehouse, remember to keep an eye out for a firefly in a glass bottle. It shouldn't be hard to spot. They tend to keep that place pretty dimly lit.
Is that inhale? They got a hell
Oh,
of a lot
look.
of bread.
Looks like Vern started doing some advertising. I guess he's finally decided to take matters into his own hands. Normally, he's so stoic, letting things take their own course, never complaining. Well, he was just trying to help you. Seems like you can use it. You're totally infected with this frontier spirit, am I right? Always move ahead, always continue along the two-lane blacktop. Maybe Vern exaggerates a bit, but at least he knows these parts. You should turn back here. No, I'm serious. It's just Lola. Blast nothing. Someone changed the street signs. Him. He's been here. I swear it was the second left past the red house. But don't worry. Don't worry. We'll find it. It's right around here. I just want to find my dog. Ah, these streets all look the same. This is worse than falling down an escalator. Here, take this. See if you can figure out which way is east.
Sure seems like my dialect choice didn't matter. Oh, wait,
Are
no,
you
this isn't a
sure?
map.
I mean, look through it and see if it tells you which way is east. No luck, huh? Well, maybe it does something useful. Oh! Listen! She's starting to talk. Hopefully we can get out of this maze now and head on our way. Lola, dear, this young man and I, we're looking for... She's saying something. Something about you. A car crash? No. He's fine. Well, just look at him. She thinks you've caused some kind of accident. I can vouch for this young man, Lola. Well, he's been with me almost the entire afternoon. She says she knows who you are and that she wants to help you. She's gathered these memory objects for a purpose, for you to put together, to bring you earthly knowledge, she says. Very peculiar. Isn't that something?
Makes total sense.
It's alchemy, my boy. Art. A camera. Your means for turning water into wine, redeeming the past, renewing memories. Americana, where the surreal intermingles with the mundane. Here's your chance, my boy. Create a photo journal. Win some awards. Firefly, sent directly from your memory, I suppose, to guide you. Oh, hello there, Lampyridae. Oh. Ho, those sideburns. Don't let my students get a hold of that. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos. They want to show us the way, but they can only do it through photos. Gee, I didn't notice him standing back there. Should we go back and pick him up? Who is that guy anyway? You don't sound very glad to see him. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos.
What's up?
How's it going?
You my man, how are you man?
I'm alright, how are you? Just Goofy King.
Trading post, huh? Interesting proposition. I expect you get something rather valuable in exchange for this particular camera.
No, I'm not that dude, just stop confuse me, I'm John Brew.
Okay.
I'm so tired bro, I moved from Tennessee yesterday.
I'm moving.
What? It can't.
Always moving.
Ah, no! No! My dog! How? If I can't find her in the past, I don't have a chance of finding her in the future. Oh, that was just nonsense I said to cheer you up. I just want to find my dog.
What is that game about?
Hitchhiking, and I'm dead. It's like hitchhiking in the afterlife, basically. You just ride with different guards.
Is it Rocket League? But story mode.
Yes, this is the story mode DLC to Rocket League. You can drive this car if you beat it, right? You can drive this in competitive. It's got this dude in the front of it. Where's the dog?
Is that a dog collared in the street? I suppose, but what's happened to her? She's invisible. She's lost in time since the warehouse closed its doors.
Wow, OMG.
That's it.
Is IT free?
Capture her with that camera of yours. Oh, you're a good dog, Hops. You ran past a funny mailbox through a door, and we'll find you, don't worry. You've got to find that house.
Strange mailbox.
That's the one. Hang on. Look, the silo. That's my house. Funny how you can come upon the very place you live and not even recognize it. All depends on the angle.
Should I ask
Hey,
my boss to
there's
make a
Hops!
game like this
Thank
Uncharted 4 but
goodness.
driving mode?
I've almost got her back. Listen, I didn't realize the warehouse was closed, but we must do it again. Now you have to promise me, pinky promise, that we're going to meet again in a year, okay? This same spot. We won't exchange contact info or anything like that. We'll keep it old school. Meet here in 1 year's time. What do you say?
It's a date.
Wise plan, young man. People like to say that you can't live in the past. Well, look at me. I'm living proof to the contrary. Look, your fireflies are back. Seems like they're waiting to give you one last memory. Hops, wait for me!
Hall we love WoW.
I just think it would be fun to ring the bell. I lived here my entire childhood. I feel like I have the right.
Sure, but we better make it quick. Lots of driving to do still.
Hello. What can I do for you two?
This is gonna sound funny, but
Not at all. Come right in.
oh, sorry, I've got to take this. To me, it's perfect here. I don't understand what's so great about our life in Seattle. Don't you ever think about making a change?
Sure, but this isn't the kind of change I had in mind. I get it. You grew up here, so it's your baseline of normal. But this just isn't my idea of an adventure.
Have you ever met someone in love like
Adventure.
Hall we love?
It's real here. It's a good place to grow up, to have children. At least it was for me. I can always find myself here. Same stars, Same fence, same mailbox.
BRB man.
Hey, you need a ride someplace?
The girl will probably be in front of you at a time when you don't expect it. The cock blocker we gotta watch out for is ourselves. Ultimately, we think it's the girls, we think it's the time, we think it's us, we think it's that, it's one thing. It's what we think.
Every hot girl that you see at some point was a little baby wearing diapers, and at some point will be an elder woman.
Our assignment is to shift our mindset. When? Right here, right now.
You're watching Channel 5.
Channel 5. Channel 5.
After an intense few weeks on the road, covering events like the White Lives Matter rally in Huntington Beach.
Kobe Bryant was assassinated by the Quins.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bitch.
And a punk rock concert on the main streets of Los Angeles. I needed a pick-me-up, so to speak. That's when I discovered Vince, aka the Cock Kelvin, a pickup artist who holds the Guinness Book record for most makeouts in a human lifetime. Over 5,000 makeouts.
Vince Kelvin, the king of makeouts, hands down, over 230 makeouts last year. This guy's insane, a ridiculous game. The best I've ever seen.
Vince is also a salesman. He sells DVDs online, such as Pull Like a Pro, Massive Sexual Momentum, Thunder Texting, Makeout Mastery, and his complete collection, which cost $897. I learned that for only $129, I could join Vince's Brotherhood. And soon, I was invited to a private boot camp at an undisclosed location. I was told nothing else but to meet my contact in the lobby of the Mirage Casino in Las Vegas.
So this right here is where our journey begins. We're in the lobby of the Mirage. What's going on?
Hanging out, enjoying paradise.
Where are we?
The lobby of the Mirage.
And what's important about the lobby of the Mirage?
It's very Mirage-like.
But where are we going after this?
I don't really know. That's the whole adventure of this whole thing, right?
You've been assigned to take us somewhere from here.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to the suite that we have.
And what kind of stuff is going on up in the suite?
Can't really tell you. Yeah, you'll see. I don't know. I don't want to color it for you. I want you to experience it on your own, so.
How you doing?
My name's Andrew. Good to meet you.
Andrew. This is a basic structure for interaction flow. First, we gotta make comments. We don't do pickup lines. They're retarded. Wow, your hair.
Wow. Your hair. Wow.
You could say
your hair.
You go, wow, interesting outfit. Ideally, we say cool, interesting. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into each other again.
Who knows? Maybe we'll run into each other again.
Look at a woman and go, I wonder what her insecurities are.
They are pickup artists, and these are their stories.
How's it going, guys? My name is Stanley. And I'm a singer. And just looking for that pure self-expression so I don't hold back and really acknowledge who I am at the core.
My name's Akash Inti.
Name, Akash Inti. I also go by Air, my initials. I am born May 28th, so I'm a Gemini. And what was the last one?
Total number of makeouts.
Like ever, or over the past like 24 hours? I mean, I haven't counted them, right? But like I said, like yesterday, like probably in the hundreds.
For sure. So what brought you out here?
Vegas. I mean, come on. What else, you know? Catching up with some of the guys, though.
Number of makeouts I've had is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a big amount, but I'm not sure if I can count them on my hands.
It would be over 30. Around 30, not more than 40, I don't think. No. Yeah, Vince is the master.
What can you tell us about Vince?
Where to start, right? There's so many things. Everything from the look, the fashion, and everything like that. But also, like, truly a marvelous, like, communicator. Not only with women on the streets, but just overall, right?
I remember I went through a haunting once, and he was like one of the few guys that picked up the phone, like at 12 a.m.
Went through a what?
Haunting?
What happened?
Ooh, there was like weird spirit that latched onto my little sister, but it got pretty intense, you know, shit moving around. I'm like, who the hell do I call? Each and every one of the students, we're here for like different reasons.
Throughout the years, some people say, this guy is crazy. Oh, he's got balls. I have lovely testicles, but, you know, actually, I don't even know if they're that big. I don't think so. I don't think my balls are very big. It's an illusion. So our first mission is to bring more ease, to be open, to be a person that it's easy to be around you. It's like your shirt and her shirt created hers. Yes, that's surreal. Yeah. Whoa, you couldn't have it better planned. But it takes a special man to pay attention to those kinds of things. I'm a little more decisive than most people. I can have a little more fun than most people. But you don't want to be the nice guy with whom they had a nice conversation.
Well, I'm just about to catch up. We were just going across the street. I'm tempted to say we stay in touch. Who's the secretary out of the three of you?
We're all married.
Well, I hope you guys have a very strong marriage, or is it like...
Strong marriage.
Well, here I am just exercising my ability to communicate with everyone, right? This is what we do in the world.
Wow.
Hey, whose party is it?
What you mean? It's our
What you mean? It's your party? Where's the party?
party.
Yeah.
Right there, if you don't get much of a response right away, don't go into a question.
Can you
Make
react to
a
Dan's
comment
coffin
about
by
your
Flying Kitty?
take on it.
That
No.
guy
I
is
like to
lit
party.
man.
Yeah.
This guy, I think this guy's lit. I think he knows what's up.
I struggle with like
Not this guy,
pornography
the
addiction and
leader
stuff
guy
like
with the
that,
mohawk,
like
right?
fear of
He's-
rejection and stuff like that. Like if I
He
went up
knows
to a
what's
girl
up.
and she said no or like didn't, I took it really hard on myself, and it kind of made me not want to go out there and put myself out there. So I kind of made myself even more closed off.
Have you ever been in a relationship before?
Yeah, kind of in one right now. Yeah.
With who?
It's my neighbor. We're kind of dating.
For sure. Is it exclusive?
It's pretty exclusive. Yeah, it's going good.
How'd you get involved in the pickup artist community?
I read the game, right? I remember seeing actually the Pickup Artist on VH1 when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I just
Coffin
thought
Dance by
like
Flying
being like a
Kitty.
7th or 8th grade boy, right? Like who's like, oh wow, look at these guys, they're like figuring this out. And being the nerd that I am, right? I'm like just super intellectual and all that stuff too. It's like I wanted to like see like what's this stuff about, you know? So your beingness, you know, that people are able to pick up on that. I mean, that's how we met earlier. She came by. That's how we met. It was just through this whole thing, right? So. Wonderful. If I've learned anything from this whole art in and of itself, it's just
Nah, I'm just
understanding
kidding.
a person, right? Seeing like there's so much more than meets the eye. Like yeah, the eye catches things, but how much does it really catch to some degree, you know? Check this out. When I was young, I was actually like I was a little kid who would like go out in like the grocery store, and I would just say hi to everyone. You know, I was like, oh, hi, my name's Akash. And like something happened in like maybe like early kindergarten where it was just like an incident, like a private family incident happened where it was just like, don't do that anymore, right? So like part of this whole thing has really just been kind of reconnecting with that part of me, right? Because that's who I was as a little kid.
So did he pick you up last night?
So check this out. She's really, really cool, right? She just came across from the East Coast, right? That's what a lot of this is, right? Is exploring the unknown and really seeing what's there, right? And what can you find? I mean, there's some scary moments to it. I mean, I know for myself. I'm sure for you last night, right? Like with the, I don't know, with some of the guys out there.
Hello, how you doing, huh? Why you standing around with a clown when you supposed to be fucking around with the twin now, huh? Hello. Twin done did it again. 6 black bitches in the Benz. She bunked though. This bitch ugly as fuck. Hey, are you guys single? Hey, don't check me, check your bitch.
The tendency is to assume that if it's not happening, it's my fault. Does size matter at the level of what? Balls, penis, height,
arms, bank account. If you think it matters, it does.
I've been the guy who's like, I'm just going out, no friends, anything like that.
Damn, those
no
people are
alcohol, no
lit.
drugs, no nothing, and just making sure that I figure it out. And that's tough. And that's raw. That's as raw as it gets.
One of the byproducts of studying this is, I mean, you do get laid.
America is back open,
They are
baby. It's
listening.
makeout time. Hey, guys, quick question. Makeouts.
I
Too
don't know how that
early,
dude keeps
or
his
we good?
straight face.
So, you, the shy one, run with me. Here, sir. To be a pickup artist means you gotta pick yourself up and pick up people. It's an elevation. You're so portable.
Portable?
Yeah, you look very portable. Oh my God! This is so portable!
Woo! That's sexual assault, bro. You do that with a black woman, you going down.
Yeah!
I'm Stan. Stan the man. Can I recite you a poem?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Beneath the shadows in your eyes lies a being that... Hold on one sec.
Yeah, I'm growing every single day, you know? I don't know what tomorrow holds, and to me, it's just all about willingness, you know? It's like, that's what it's all about, you know?
So what's up? What are you guys here for? What are you celebrating?
Celebrating life. I mean, what else is there to celebrate, you know? You have to have a reason for everything. Oh, wow.
Single, that lets you know that. So what's your next move?
What's my next move? My next move is the moment. The next moment, the here, the now.
Okay, that's weak.
I got a next moment move right here.
Oh, wait, no.
That might be a little too much.
Hey, we're a dream. Say I'm him, not them.
dream come
Hello.
true.
Players do what they want. Suckers do what they can.
Aren't those guys awesome? Give it up. Everything a woman ever wanted, and they're everything the world needs. This is a demonstration of intelligence, wisdom, sophistication.
So how many bitches you kissed?
5,000.
Shit. We don't kiss every bitch. We nut on their faces and break their purses.
I understand. Like, some chicks, they're just like, they don't like it in the pussy, they like it in the ass. It's their thing. You know, what can I say?
But what are you talking about? Hey, it's twins for the motherfucking win.
And if ever a girl goes like, is that your best pickup line? You go, is that your best answer to what you think is the best pickup line?
You watching Channel 5.
Earlier this month, viewers like you were part of another record-breaking, server-smashing, game-making marathon. I'm talking, of course, about the GMTK Game Jam for 2021. More than 21,000 people signed up to take part, and they managed to bash together more than 5,800 games, making it, once again, the biggest jam we've ever held. As per usual, participants were challenged to design their game around a theme, and this year it was Joined Together. And so we saw a load of games where objects were combined and connected and tied to one another, sometimes literally, sometimes not. Now, while I'd love to play every single game, I don't have a couple months to spare. So, I crowdsourced it. Players left over 150,000 ratings, which left me with the top 100 games to play. And I have to say, the quality this year was incredible, with so many creative, inventive, engaging, and enjoyable games. But I can only choose 20 as my absolute favorites. So, without further ado, and in no particular order, these are the best games of the GMTK Game Jam for 2021. Every jam, a game comes along that kinda just blows my mind a little bit. This time, that honor goes to Rift Shift. This is a platform game with 2 little windows that you can pick up and move about. And basically, anything that appears in one window will also appear in the other. And so, to get your tiny wizard to the flag, you'll need to place one window in the gap in front of him and use the other window to sample a bit of background with some steps. Now, you've got a route to the exit. It's awfully clever. There are also great puzzles that come from moving the rift over the character, phasing in stuff like doors and pressure-sensitive buttons, before phasing them back out again. And later levels introduced turrets that could be blocked by creative use of the windows. This game is part platformer, part selection tool from Photoshop, and all around amazing. Give it a go. This year we saw a whole bunch of puzzlers where boxes join together when you touch them. I count at least 5 in the top 100. My favourite of the bunch though was Sleepy Blocks. This is a game where you control a smiley-faced square in a grid-based world of snoozing friends. If you enter an adjacent tile, the sleepy cubes wake up and join with you to create a brand new shape. And so thus begins a bunch of puzzles about carefully picking up new polygons in order to reach the exit. It's about picking the right path and choosing the correct order. But then a new mechanic is introduced, cracked floor tiles that can turn into deadly pits and must be carefully avoided. But then there are puzzles where you want to use the pits in order to split your shape. This game has a great understanding of puzzle design and was simply a joy to play. Okay, let me pick one more game about joining together blocks, just because this one is very different. It's called Puzzle Sigma. The idea for this one is that you play as a mathematical symbol, starting as a plus sign, and you can attach yourself to big, chunky number blocks. If you get a number on the left and right, your body becomes a mathematical equation, and the answer can be used to unlock doors. So pick up a 1 and a 3, and you'll be able to unlock the door marked 4. It's alarmingly clever and deserves endless points for making a game about maths that's actually enjoyable. Things get real complicated when you start playing with numbers bigger than 9 and multiple symbols and puzzles where you get different answers as you rotate around. And at that point, I started to panic. But if you've got a better nose for numbers than me, I think you'll really enjoy this game. If letters are more your thing though, check out Factory. Essentially an entire Zachtronics game made in 48 hours, Factory is a problem-solving puzzler with one raw material, the letter I, and about 26 different products, the rest of the alphabet. You see, if you bend, rotate, flip, and combine the letter I using these colourful machines on the right over here, it's possible to spit out any other letter. And so the game is as much about building an efficient factory as it is about thinking creatively about shapes. How do you make a G? I guess that's a bent eye, a normal
really cool.
eye, and a rotated eye. Yeah, got it. I can't give it full points for originality. Anyone who's played Space Chem or Opus Magnum will recognise the core concept immediately, but it's done with such alarming proficiency that it really does deserve a nod. We saw a fair few arena battlers in the jam. That's always a smart way to make the most out of the short time limit. One that really worked for me was Ghostal. This is, ultimately, a pretty simple game. You control 2 different ghost-busting geezers at the same time, and as long as they're close enough to one another, a big, deadly laser beam arcs between their guns. Now, anything caught in the middle will be vaporized, leading to a fun and frantic twin-stick arena shooter where you fight ghosts, cursed furniture, and the Windows logo. Play it in single player, and it's a game that will test your coordination. Play it with a friend, and it's a game that will test your relationship. I'd like to have seen a few more twists on the idea, but it's a great start for a game. Another arena battler I dug was the very innovative Grappling Scarf. In this one, you play as a square with a rather long white scarf, which trails behind you like the body in Snake. You can use this as a massive shield to wrap around the base in the middle of the screen and protect it from incoming bullets. But look at the end of the scarf. It's got a hook, which can be used to pick up bombs. Now you can drag them away from your base and hit space to split your scarf in half. Now you can go off and do more work while you wait for the bomb to blow up. Later, however, you'll want to go back to your discarded scarf and pick it back up, because every time you disconnect a bit of your body, you become shorter and less effective as a shield. It's a weird but wholly original game where you're having to constantly put out fires, make small sacrifices for long-term game, and ebb and flow between bodies that are big and small. Safe to say, I liked it. Here's a theme I wasn't expecting in the jam, using a hookshot to pull bits of a level to rearrange the playspace, like the very polished puzzle platformer Whale Eater. My pick, though, is Phasing Puller. And that comes from a very small restriction on your powers that happens to change everything. Your hookshot only works when it goes through one object. That's what powers it to latch onto something and drag it back. Otherwise, it doesn't work. This leads to a number of clever and thoughtful levels about moving blocks for jumping on and powered up energy cells for puzzle solving. I also liked the minimalist art style. If you've only got 48 hours to make graphics, limit your color palette to create a cohesive style in no time at all. Technology is all about joining things together, whether that's using different dongles to connect up a laptop, chairing multiple Zoom meetings at once, or physically connecting phone calls using a switchboard. In fact, there were 2 switchboard-based games in the top 100, and while I dug the narrative thread throughout Hello Operator, my pick of the pair was Telephone Trouble. The idea is the same. Use wires to make a connection between caller and recipient. But this one's way more manic. You've got 5 cables to play with. Phone calls pile up like orders in an overcooked restaurant. You'll be frantically checking the phone book to find people's calling codes. And every now and again, someone will need the hospital and you'll have to drop everything to answer their emergency. It's a rapid-fire, high-score chasing arcade gem with gorgeous graphics. Give it a play. Another common element in this jam's top 100 was constellations, such as the stunning and relaxing photography gem Starsnap. But one game just outdid it for me. It's called Peaceful Evening Among the Stars. It's a puzzle game about connecting up stars to make constellations. You can only drag a certain distance away from a bright, colourful star, so you'll need to use other, smaller stars as stepping stones. Things soon get more complex when different coloured stars are introduced, forcing you to get clever about overlapping and circumnavigating other stars. I feel like I've said stars a lot. Anyway, it's just a polished, professional, and eminently playable game. Basically, when I've got to rush through 100 games to get the results out for a bunch of impatient game jammers, well, if I end up playing one game all the way to the end, I think I can safely say I liked it. There's always a pixel art platformer or two in the top 100. This year, one of my favourites was I Got Your Head. It's got nothing to do with loot boxes or microtransactions, thankfully. Instead, it's an adorable game about a tiny man and his giant hat. The hat gives you the extra height needed to grab keys, but it also makes you too towering to squeeze through tight gaps. So, soon enough, you'll need to use a low ceiling to knock your hat clean off, returning you to the smaller size. And then, once you've done what you need to do, it's back to the hat. It's a charming game, packed with puzzles and even bonus puzzles. I'd be keen to see where the creators could take this with even more time. Okay, this one almost makes me reconsider the rule that there's no max team size. It's called Static Cling. It's a Nitrome-esque platformer where you play as a ball of pulsing energy who always starts on a plug head. Now you've got to make your way to the socket, but you're very limited in the way you can travel.
Guy's always trying to sell me
You can stretch out
Unity
into the world,
courses.
but only so far because you're joined together with a power source. If you link to a bulb though, you can travel through the wires and pop out on the other side. Later, you'll be able to use yourself to power on machines like big chunky doors, and also transfer yourself into little robots for more freeform movement. This leads to a metric butt-ton of clever puzzles and setups. Look, you could buy this game on the Switch eShop and not even know it was made in a weekend. The huge team at Team Bugalon is clearly a game-making monster. Well done. Squeaking in at overall rating position 100 is Tether and Feather. Or should that be squawking in? This is a parrot-themed platformer with a big difference. To get over gaps, you need to do a big jump as one parrot and then switch to the second. Now, parrot number 2 can use their buddy as a grapple point to do a big, looping, arcing swing before rocketing out the other side and hopefully onto dry land. Later, you'll get golden feathers that let you do more jumps and swaps in mid-air, leading to frantic back and forth chains as you leap from parrot to parrot.
I love the way the rocks look.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's a
shame.
little tricky to get used to, but once you get the rhythm right, you'll be soaring towards the goal in a game that mixes fast-paced thrills with strategic placement. Good stuff. Next up is Mrs. Modifier. This is an arcade adventure on a cabinet with not enough buttons for all the actions you need. I mean, left, right, and jump won't really cut it when you also need to climb, air dash, crouch, and drop through platforms. So, you can open up the arcade machine and rewire the controls for yourself, like make going to the right also perform an air dash, or have going to the left do double duty as fall through platforms. Initially, it seems like a funny sight gag of a game, but it's actually a clever puzzler, where you need to assess the screen ahead of you and make decisions about how you can assign all the necessary actions without breaking things. I really enjoyed this, and it took a very different twist on the theme.
I'm gonna say this with we're gonna go. I need to show you my sincerity here, so Goofy King, if you ask me to watch one more thing and react to it, I will ban you from my chat.
One of the most popular themes for the Top 100 was games where different bits of the world could be jumbled up and joined together in unique combinations, including a mini Minotaur maze and a clever mix between Minit and Kato. But my pick of the bunch has got to be the Micro Metroidvania, Octo and the Pocket Dimensions. In this one, you find new rooms as big floating floppy disks, and can then return to a massive central computer to rearrange the maze of room tiles to make further progress. Very cool, though we have seen similar stuff in previous jams.
I'm not that dude.
What I loved, though, was the clever ways that developer Iceberg Lettuce built on the idea. For example, there are keys to pick up, but they disappear when you use the computer, so you'll need to ensure that the key room is en route to the corresponding door. And even smarter, one room has a big bouncy trampoline which can spring you out of one room and then over obstacles in another, so plopping down rooms can have ramifications that spill out beyond their walls. It's basically that dungeon from Skyward Sword if Skyward Sword was on the Game Boy, and if you've watched my channel at all, you'll understand why I couldn't resist this game's charms. Next up is Space Scrap Shuffle. It's not the most attractive game in the jam, but looks can be deceiving. In this one, you ram your spaceship into floating bits and pieces to add them to your ever-growing Frankenstein's monster of a battlecruiser, like turrets for firepower and bulkheads for shields. And now you can chase down enemies and blow them up, but you'll want to be careful as any leftover Lego
This game
pieces
does not
can be
look
added
bad,
to your own ship,
like
so
artistically.
you'll want to play carefully, only destroying the command module but leaving the turrets unharmed. Luckily, the game's got a generous
Hey,
tactical pause system
you subbed
for
to my
precision
channel?
decisions. Another cool idea is that you can jettison bits of your own body and blow them up in order to get
You want me to sub to you, Goofy King? I'll sub to you. Or no, it's not sub, but I'll follow.
to heal other modules. There's a lot of decision making in this one. There is a load more you could do with this game, and it suffers the same balance problem every game of this ilk has. It's too easy to become utterly overpowered, but it's a great base for a smashing jam entry. Here's a really neat game with a lot of potential for growth. It's called Threadbound. It starts out as a simple platformer. Move, jump, push, but then something special happens. You can open an overlay above the gameplay, and here you can create a green thread between multiple objects. And now, when you interact with one, the other changes too. Thread two boxes together, and you can now move both by just pushing one of them. Eventually, you'll be able to choose whether to thread your needle through the object's X or Y axis, allowing for either horizontal or vertical movement, a platform that goes up when you push a box to the side. This led to one of the best individual puzzles I saw in the jam, though to spoil it would be a shame, so you'll have to play it for yourself. Ultimately, there's so much more this game could do, it feels like a cheeky teaser for the next must-play puzzle game. Threadbound wasn't the only game to tinker with tapestry, like the tricky climbing game Utterly Threadful, or my next pick, Loop. In a world of sentient buttons and fluff balls, your tiny needlework hero must plop down a cotton reel and then encircle a bunch of objects in a big loop of thread. You don't want to capture just any old stuff in your circle. You're given a recipe, some fluff, some fabric, and some buttons to make a teddy bear, and so must only pick the right objects. And I think that's really sweet. This could have been yet another sci-fi shooter about rounding up aliens and robots in order to destroy them, but instead it's about making toys and clothes. A pertinent reminder to think outside.
I need 3 sub. My mom subbed to me. Yeah. Nope, not me. I don't sub to anyone.
The box when it comes to aesthetics, and not land on the obvious first choice. I love how a game jam can produce games.
I tried to give my free Amazon Prime gift subs to people that I like, but I can't even fucking figure out how to do it. Not from my TV or phone, at least. I never watched Twitch on the computer.
That are basically just a funny joke. They probably wouldn't work as a full, paid-for release, but as a one-off freebie made in a weekend, you can get away with turning your game into a gag. And that includes Tongue-Tied. This is a silly game about a girl who has licked an icy pole in the winter and her tongue has gotten stuck. That means you can only move a small distance away, but if you pick up these balls of energy, your tongue gets longer. And so, in order to escape this nightmare, you need to keep increasing the length of your tongue, carefully wrapping it around walls and thinking about distance. This lets you get further and further away from the pole and hopefully towards freedom. The final punchline is well worth seeing. Next up, this is Ball to the Wall. This is a frantic football-style rampage of a game. You're joined together with a massive pink ball that makes it awfully hard to get anywhere fast. But if you stand behind it, you can give the ball a big kick.
I love the way
and
this
use
game
it to
looks.
smash through enemies and walls alike. This does fling you forward, so you'll need to be quick on your toes to reposition yourself for the next kick, or to use your ball as a shield, as it does double duty as a way of deflecting bullets. This is a fun game with a lot of charm. And finally, this is Sparklink. This game is all about controlling 2 characters with completely different rules, options, and even input methods. The Spark is controlled with the mouse and can basically go anywhere your cursor can. The robot is controlled with the keyboard, is more concerned with gravity and ground, and only works when it's joined together with the Spark. And so we get a bunch of really cool puzzles where you need to think critically and carefully about how these 2 very different characters are going to move in order to get to the goal, and help but not hinder each other. This is a polished and very smart game. Go check it out. Okay, I wanted to leave you with some honourable mentions, though I should state that every game in the top 100 was amazing and well worth playing. These are just a few games I wanted to highlight. Horse Divorce is a balmy soccer band style puzzler about a 2-headed horse who must find its other head for a smooch. UI Warrior is an inventive game about using bits of the interface as platforms. It almost made the video, but I think we have enough puzzle platformers in here. Holosaur and Tuminator are 2 games about using your past self to solve puzzles, but unfortunately I highlighted something similar in the past. And Top and Tom is a brilliant twist on the endless runner genre, with a really mean difficulty curve. So there we have it. You can browse all 5,800 games over on itch.io, and you can now also see the public's rankings for all the games. Thank you so much to everyone who took part in the jam, or just rated some games, or chatted with us on Discord, or watched my streams. Thanks to my mods on Discord and YouTube, and to everyone who made our awesome Team Finder app. And thanks to my patrons, as always. The jam will, of course, be back in 2022, so subscribe to the channel to receive the date announcement sometime next year. Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw and want to show your support for the jam, please check out this quick YouTube.
I'm his viewer. His old viewer.